All right, we are live. Couple minutes early. Hey, pups, how are you? Morning, Joe. Hey, Troy, how are you? Missouri Beard. No, Missouri Broad. How are you? Caden. Stephanie. What's up, RH? How are you? Ginger Beard, how are you? What's up, R? Dogman, you came in. Adam. Sue G. Kane M. Like complete crap, pups, but I made it, right? Hey, Vicky. Nice seeing you tonight. Patrick Sullivan, how's it going? Carla, how are you? What's up, Jeff? How are you doing tonight? Scott Ray. What's up, Dale? What's up, Rob Salazar, Randy Man? How are you? Frankie Peg. Sacagawea means girl, birdman, birdwoman. Don Combs, how are you? Thank you, pups. Trying to stay hydrated. I got some water. I got 2 different kinds of soda and some hot tea. Definitely not right now. Head is pounding me. It hurt so bad yesterday I could barely open my eyes. Hey, Tyler, how are you? That is cool. What's up, Vang? How are you? Not bad, Janice. I did get your package. Thank you very much. Sandhoff, how are you? Thank you, Southern Charm. Glad you're here with us. Didn't like the comment, though. Just kidding. What's up, Johnny Wad? Johnny the Wad. That's fucking awesome. Sandor, how are you? I see you, Dale. I see you. DRH77, how are you? Simone, RC, Lake Superior. Thank you, pups. I appreciate that. Really do. Thank you. Man, it came on like a tow truck hit me. My nose was really dry, and you know when winter hits and you got your heat on the first time it goes on and you're kind of dry out. Well, that's what kind of happened at first. And then I just got this headache, and it was so bad yesterday. I was just nauseous, and I actually got sick from it. It hurt so bad. Yeah, Tyler. Yeah, being sick in the summer is no joke. No joke. Jeff, did you see those little comments I sent you about invisible entities that feed? Actually, Dale, I did an upload about those things called Inorganic Beings. Check it out. Lucifer Jesus, how are you? COVID-19. Joe, the old vid. Jimmy, what's going on? Hey, Gravity Cheeseburger, how the fuck are you? I know you love that. So, Silver Fox. What's up, Will? I got some good experiences tonight, though, lined up for us all. 102 people, 28 likes. Come on. Dave, I have been looking at property in Wyoming, man. When my kid turns 18, I think I'm going to move out to Wyoming. That's some beautiful country out there. I know, Vang. I know, brother. You're excited. No one with any info about Dogman grinning. What's up, Dave? What's up, Nikki Hendricks? What do you mean about a Dogman grinning? Let me just scroll up real quick to see if I can find your comment. Question: when a Dogman grins, is it actually grinning like? I think my German Shepherd used to grin, but I think they're grinning. Like I actually think the Dogman grins because it knows that it's got one on us. You know what I mean? Like a sinister-esque grin. So maybe that's, I don't know if that helps you. I just answered that question, Scott, brother. Just answered that question. But I don't know for sure, 100%. You know what I mean? Yes, Johnny the Wad. Absolutely. Yeah, I should have grabbed one. I should have grabbed, hey, Joe Stewart, how are you? Should have grabbed a vaporizer or humidifier or whatever the heck they're called. But I went to the store 3 different times for the same thing. Holy shit, pups! I am so sorry. I didn't realize that I thought it was $19.99. I am so sorry. $199. Holy shit! Thank you, pups, so much. I didn't mean to like. Holy crap! Thank you so much, pups. I just happened to look up and I was like, wait, what? Am I seeing things? Look at like sweat, whatever, sweat hallucinations. uh, so yeah, I've been looking at. I just want to get away from upstate New York. I love the Adirondacks, and but I tell you what it is I've always wanted to go out west just because when you're a little kid you watch the old cowboy movies and stuff, and I just want to just see the the beautiful mountains as I'm standing in a prairie and just look up and have some freedom, have my 2A freedom. New York has stripped us from our Second Amendment. Pretty much our First Amendment is gone right now. Actually, I was talking to a guy today, and he said that, excuse me, that the First Amendment was stripped away from us when Alex Jones was silenced. So what's on tonight's talk? Well, Mark, what about Montana? Montana is absolutely beautiful as well. I thought about that too, but I just, I want to. I don't know. Maybe Montana. Montana's awful expensive though. Everywhere's so expensive nowadays and age, though. Robert Sharp. So am I, brother. So am I. Come to PA, yeah. Well, PA is so similar to upstate New York, brother. I just want to and to be honest with you, I'm hoping to win the lotto someday, so I can buy a couple of horses and just ride the shit right out of those through. Just have a blast. That's all I want. I don't want I just rather have a simple life, log cabin, just where I can piss off my porch and not have anyone freaking yell at me. As much as I love Minnesota. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the cold either, but Montana and Wyoming have winters too. It's kind of like up here. I guess they have some badass winters too, but I don't mind winter because then you can, sit by a campfire, do my live streams by my log stove or fireplace or whatever. You know, yeah. Utah mild or winter or the Utah winters are mild. No kidding. I always thought they'd be kind of big. All right, check this out. I got a pretty awesome one for you. Hey, what's up, David? Ola, how are you? Maine winters are just like mine, Joe. Oh my God. Speaking of, you want to hear something crazy? Um, Not that like I don't dislike anyone. I have like no animosity or kind of any kind of like hatred towards people. But the government is so ass backwards. Uh, they're shipping the from New York City. The mayor decided to ship the illegal immigrants up into upstate New York, and they are kicking people out of a motel and storing them there for no apparent reason. Um, Today, I saw, oh, not today. Yeah. Yes. Yesterday. Yesterday, I saw a guy sitting out on out on the roadway with a sign that said, uh, donate money. My family's starving, yada, yada, yada. And had his daughter and his wife on a blanket by the road. Now, mind you, we are right across the street from Lowe's, Home Depot, and everywhere else in the area. Hannaford, which is a grocery chain. And I was like, you know how crazy that is? Like, bro, first of all, you're in supposedly the greatest country in the world, and we're putting you up in a place to live. Get a job, bro. Don't beg for money. Like, it just drove me nuts when I saw it, you know? And I'm not saying it's anything bad against those people because they're escaping, the bullshit from there. Yeah. No, Robert, the mayor in New York City, he is such a shit stain. He literally invites them up into New York and says, we'll feed you, we'll clothe you, we'll whatever, bathe you. I hope not, but and then he says to the citizens of the city, we need to house these people. Open your apartments to them. Open. This is not my problem. This is your problem. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Man. And I don't hate these people. I love people. It's just crazy. Like, our country is just the government. And I don't care if you're right, left, ambidextrous, whatever side you're on, it all feels corrupt to me as of late. Jane isn't going to be here tonight. I'll tell you exactly why. Hang on one second, and then we'll get into some encounters. But I don't want anyone to think that I'm passing hate around, because I'm definitely not. I just think, it's kind of crazy what's going on, and it's sad. Where the fuck is this? Here we go. All right. So, Jeff, hoping you and yours are well. I'll probably pass out in a bit. Past 48 hours, slept about 3. Pete had serious surgery, had a section of his intestine removed. That's her nephew. He's on a colostomy bag. Temporary, his intestine had ruptured. He's not doing well. 5-hour surgery. So yeah, let's keep Jane and her nephew in our prayers. It's, God, I love Jane. Jane is so awesome. So awesome. But anyway, I got a really awesome encounter coming to us from out by Crater Lake. Young guy in his 30s. Hey, your upload on Cott County, Tennessee. I don't know. Yeah, what do you mean, George? It's just very short. Teresa, not well. Not well. I got a little fever. Nez Lover, how are you? If I missed anybody, I apologize. I'm not trying to ignore anybody. I love y'all. You guys are awesome. He should welcome them in his home. Absolutely, Adam Hernandez. Tennessee, yeah, Tennessee. Cott County, Tennessee is absolutely a horrifying place, man. It is. That's where the government literally does not give a crap about the people. They know they got something running around killing people, and they just right under the rug. Dale, I'm not really sure what you mean, brother. What's up, Monty? How are you? Just saw you there. Sorry, brother. Didn't mean to miss you. So let's start this off. Hey, do you guys? I shouldn't laugh. I don't. Do you guys ever watch WWE wrestling? Yeah, I'm a fucking dork. I really am. But Bray Wyatt died. I didn't know that. 36 years old. And I don't watch it all the time. Sometimes I watch wrestling when I'm bored. And he was the Fiend. Man, dude, he was great. Terry Funk died too. Oh, MS. Man, Terry Funk was my favorite. I used to have those old school wrestling magazines. Ooh, they were Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair. Roddy Piper, my favorite. All right, let's get into this real quick. All right, here we go. I currently live in Portland, Oregon. I was recently taking a neighbor, I currently live in Portland, Oregon. I was recently talking to a neighbor about a strange encounter he had while working at Crater Lake National Park back in the late 80s. The man was clearing brush and repairing a trail. One evening, soon after he had clocked out, he realized he had forgotten his work bag, so he drove back to the work site. He began walking along the trail that led him to where he'd been working. It was then that he felt a presence, like something was watching him. He says that at the time he had no idea what it was, but knew that it was definitely there. He continued walking and heard a strange singing sound coming from the forest. It was like a woman or a child was out there. He said it was haunting and strange. He said it seemed to be coming from the direction where he had been working, which made him more apprehensive about continuing. As a result, he became so concerned that he decided to retrieve the bag the next day. So he turned around and headed back to his truck. He began walking and he heard footsteps in the distance behind him. He turned around but saw no one. So he quickened his steps and continued walking. He then heard footsteps following him and keeping pace. When he stopped, he said it wasn't long before he felt an overwhelming sense of danger and he began to run back to his truck. Just before he reached his truck, he turned around and that's when he saw it. He observed two bluish colored eyes looking at him through the darkness. He said that there was an evil in those eyes. As he watched, the rest of the creature gradually came forth. What he saw was humanoid in appearance and a pale gray in color. He said it kept low. He was transfixed by the sight and paralyzed. It slowly crept towards him. Its head looked alien-like in appearance, and then it stopped and stared at him without blinking. Then it quickly turned and disappeared into the undergrowth. After standing there shocked and paralyzed for a moment or two, he moved on. He was intrigued by what he had just witnessed. He then stepped forward and tried to find this creature and looked around for 30 minutes, not being able to locate a thing. There was no sign of it at all. He eventually gave up his search and walked back to his truck. He returned to where he had first heard the singing sounds, and now there were tracks that looked like dog tracks, but actually quite large. There were only 4 toes on each print rather than 5 that you'd expect from a normal dog. After looking at these tracks for a few minutes trying to figure out what made them, he again had a strange sensation. His mind went blank and he could not remember why he was there or what had happened. He then decided to leave the area and head home. The next day, while at work, his boss radioed him and asked if he had seen anything strange in his area. Another worker reported seeing something unusual. He said, yeah, and described the humanoid creature with grayish skin and evil eyes. His boss was dismissive and he attempted to explain it away. He and his boss went to the area to look for tracks. Once they arrived at the area, and after looking around for a few minutes, he remembered that his mind went blank again. He blacked out again like before. And when he looked up from the tracks, his boss was missing. He then glanced at his watch. Over 2 hours had passed. It was now mid-afternoon, and he couldn't remember the previous 2 hours. That terrified him. He walked back to the parking lot, hoping to find his truck. It was still there. Got in and immediately returned to the main station, where his boss was sitting in his office. He asked him what had happened, but his boss just looked up as if nothing occurred. His boss asked him casually how his day was progressing, as if nothing had transpired earlier. That was his last day working at Crater Lake. He realized he had encountered an otherworldly entity and wanted nothing more to do with it. In the many years since that incident, he has never experienced another thing out of the ordinary, but he continues to stay away from Crater Lake and never plans to return to the park. Buddy, come here. Want to say hi? Come here. Say hi to everybody. Oh. Buddy wants to say hi, guys. Here's Buddy. Buddy. Dogman channel with a cat mascot. See you later, buddy. Yeah, he's definitely big, David. He's the channel's mascot, to be honest with you. What's up, Big John? How are you? No kidding, Steele. That's crazy. Hey, HSH Flowers, how are you? Dale, absolutely. Big cats are the best. Hey, Pearl Green, how are you? So that experience was crazy. Because it sounded like the guy saw some sort of crawler or possibly an alien, right? Hey, Glades creature. But then as he's walking out, he sees these huge dogman or huge canine tracks. And I can't really, and then the time loss and stuff like that, real strange. Yes, William Menendez. Yes, Tigger is Maine Coon. What I was saying about Cott County, Tennessee, wild place to live, a lot of moonshine. Yes, Mr. Shackleneck. Holy crap. Thank you so much, brother. I didn't email you back because I'm not really feeling great today. I got a temperature and I got the old vid. I did get a letter out with your that package for Victor. I got to get another thing out to Victor from Janice too. So yes, to answer your question, brother. And then I didn't respond because I knew I'd see you tonight too. So thank you. Yeah, David Politis says there's a lot of high strangeness in Crater Lake. He says a lot. Yeah, I don't mind David. I think he brought the missing 411 to our attention. So he did an amazing thing for the community. Other than that, I don't know. He seems pretentious to me, but I don't know him, so he might not be. I don't know how Victor is, David. Last time I knew he was very sick. Actually, I'll tell you something. I was on the phone with Victor, and a woman came into the room and asked him. He was at home, obviously, and asked him if he had taken his medication. So, thanks, Pops. Enki, how are you? I've been busy for me too lately. My neighbor had a stroke. Oh, God. Hey, Pamela, how are you doing tonight? California, you crazy wild man. No, Big John, I have the vid. Absolutely, Tyler. Absolutely. The natives have known. I mean, you know what's crazy is I was thinking about this the other day when I was watching Yellowstone. And I actually no, I was watching 1883. And I was thinking about the Native Americans that, were back at that point and what they must have seen prior to the white man coming, just truly terrifying. Uh, and that explains a lot of like the hieroglyphs and their drawings and stuff. Aramek, how are you? And, it explains a lot because if you think about all those drawings, like even from, upper North America, like Canada, all the way down to South America, their cave art is very similar. I mean, if you really honestly think about how similar their cave art is, so that means something definitely there. Upstate New York in the house. Did Victor ever say how bad it is up there with the big three? In the Adirondacks, he said we got our share, but they travel, they're not all located in the one spot. Teresa, have a good night. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you stopping in. If you date a female dogman, buy her a leash and a cattle prod. Caden, that may be a little foreplay, right? A little foreplay, a little cattle prod with a leash. Tss, tss. Captain Ron, how are you? Daniel, I do. They're on my channel. That's why he chose me to share them here, nowhere else. Yeah, Johnny, I don't really think that's an alien. I more or less pareidolia, if you ask me. Yeah, Truth Quest. I think Dogman, uh, Bigfoot, and the crawlers. Yeah, absolutely, Sandhoff. And the crawlers. Just imagine what Native Americans, I mean, imagine how freaked out we are nowadays, when we have cable and we can see all sorts of crazy shit, Um, Taylor, I'm working on his book. I'm writing the book. It's actually written, and I'm trying to go through everything right now and get it out. I'd like to have it out before the year end, on top of another book, but I don't want to be another YouTuber putting out a mediocre book. I want it to be absolutely perfect. Do you guys want to hear the foreword of the book? I can share the foreword of the book if you'd like to hear it. Hang on one second. Oh, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. So this is the foreword of Victor's book. No, Buddy was laying on the on some paper down. Desert Fairy Chick, I don't feel any better. But thank you. I appreciate that. Rafe, what's up? How are you? All right, so this is the foreword to Victor's book. This book is about a friend of mine whose lifetime job was hunting cryptids, dogmen, werewolves, and Sasquatch, the big three. Victor reached out to me in March of 2020, and we hit it off. I grew to consider him a close friend. Through this, he has shared a lot of his hunts with me and more. Victor Johnson is a real-life Major Alan Dutch Schaefer, Arnold Schwarzenegger's character in the movie The Predator. He has put his life on the line daily, working for an alphabet agency of the United States government. Whether it be from the big three or foreign and domestic forces, I hope through this book you will realize that there are real monsters stalking humanity, but also there are heroes. And that's the book. So not bad. I mean, for my first I'm no scholar, you know what I mean? I'm definitely. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. David, thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. Thank you, AV. I do not know yet, Kathy Boyce. I do not know. I know that when I put it out, I thought about this and I figure I want to get, so everyone will have it. I want to put my signature in it for, even though it's a generic, I guess, but then I want to have Victor's signature under it or his above and mine below, whichever. So it's there. You know what I mean? I don't know. Suji, and I hope you never do. Yeah, I'm hoping to attach a photo of him. I really am. There's a lot that I'd like to, with Victor. He's just, and I saw, this is crazy. When he first came on the channel back in 2020, my channel was under a mass attack. People from Reddit were just like throwing rocks at me, And then people started listening to him, and then I shared those strange emails I had gotten, and the attacks had stopped. But now just recently they started again, and I'm like, do you people from Reddit have nothing more to do except like worry about your Reddit credentials? Like, oh, look at me, I'm so important on Reddit. Oh, Mom, shut up, I'm doing something important. Fucking neckbeards. TF, morning from United States, brother. Or sister. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate that. Randall Kennedy, thank you, my friend. What's a neckbeard? Joe Michaela, a neckbeard is, I like comic books. I actually collect comic books. And Rafe, no, I don't drink, my friend. It's Diet Coke. I collect comics. I'm a bit of a dork. But a neckbeard is the atypical person that you see coming out of a comic book store that smells like 4-day-old asshole. Hasn't shaved the bottom of their neck. They have no hair here, but they have hair right here. They wear a fedora and they talk like this. Hey, Mom, can I borrow $50 for this new action figure? Oh. That's what a neckbeard is. Transformers from 87. Whoa, that's awesome. Yeah, I'd love them. I've got my old G.I. Joe comic books. Dude, I have a comic book from like 1982. And it was the Incredible Hulk with Sasquatch from Alpha Flight fight the Wendigo. And it was awesome. Yes, 1031 Monsters. I did get your email, brother. I will keep in touch with you. I'm not really feeling great, though. Kiss comic, that's freaking sick. There was some money. Brian Dunn, how are you? Just saw you there. Sergeant Rock. Yeah, I remember Sergeant Rock. Rockin' Reef Sully. What's going on? Oh, my God. It was an amazing comic book. They ended up, Sasquatch and the Incredible Hulk took a log. They each had a log, and they smashed the Wendigo's head in between it. Blam! Done. I used to think I could turn into the Incredible Hulk when I was a kid. It was funny. Probably crap my pants. I was like, "Urgh." Just kidding. Hey, what's up, autistic mim? Sorry, my Michael Jackson action figure down when I was a kid. That's sick. Imagine if you still had that now. Dude, my favorite comic book was called, and I still have it. I have a bunch of them called Ice Cream Man. It was a horror anthology. It was fucking awesome. Loved it. No, I was only kidding, Red Cardinal 3. I was only kidding. Like I used to literally think if I strained, that I'd turn into the Hulk. I'm probably lucky that I had no siblings, because I probably would have beaten the crap out of him thinking I was the Hulk, though. All right. This is a pretty interesting one. I just watched Old Hellbat Holler. Oh, I'm sorry, Sandhoff. I'm so sorry. I'm not really big on channels that like dress their wives up in like scandally clothes and try to make money that way. That's kind of crazy. My pops, they tried to kill my dad just recently, actually. His vascular doctor. So my dad has had numerous surgeries as of late. And this doctor they prescribed this compound, okay? And I was talking about it last week. This is the crazy part. Come to find out, the apothecary that was going to make the compound called me up and said, "We can't give this to your dad. Your dad's had a kidney transplant. His health is not great. If we give him this, he may die." This doctor wanted to have my dad put this compound on his foot, because he was saying, "Oh, it's not anything to do with a clot. It's neuropathy." And I'm like, "Dad, I have severe neuropathy, as you know. Like, this isn't neuropathy." What it was there was 8 times a day they wanted my dad to put this stuff on his foot. And it would have equaled 100 milligrams of ketamine in his system, which is that's a very large dose, first and foremost. Second, it's not good for your kidneys. So my dad, like, after the pharmacist, the apothecary told, and I only say apothecary because, apparently insurance won't cover this compound and stuff. She saved my dad's life by saying, don't put this on you. Don't get it. I'm trying to figure out a way of having a lower dose of ketamine in this so he doesn't, but 100 milligrams of ketamine a day going in through his skin would have eventually, taken the poor guy out. Yeah, exactly, Daniel. It's a rave drug. It's Special K. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. And this is a guy, my dad is like the straightest arrow, you know. He his last surgery, they put him on Vesid, and fentanyl. My dad's like, they told him, you know, what they're gonna put him on, and they're gonna, you know, gradually. My dad's like, am I gonna turn into a junkie? He's like, fentanyl. He's like, what the hell? What is going on? And I was like, Dad, chill out, bro. I'm like, it's okay. I'm like, my poor dad. My dad's the kind of guy that thinks marijuana is the devil lettuce. You know what I mean? Yeah, Enki, you know, I mean, each to their own. Me and Dark Waters are best friends, but we have different opinions. My dad is religious. My dad is very religious. Colleen Rainbow, that is crazy. That's crazy. That's cool. All right, let's get into another encounter. Ooh, ooh. We'll do this one next. This experience occurred near Blackstone in Brunswick County, Virginia. It happened in May at 2 o'clock in the morning. The location is an area of a resident's backyard where he has woods that are alongside a soybean field. The witness and his son were outside armed with a pistol and a shotgun. They were checking for what had made a heavy thudding sound at their back of their house. They thought it may be a burglar or a bear, especially since something had been causing trouble around their property for the past few years. This is what the witness stated in the report. I saw a deer run as if it was being chased. Then I saw a figure huge step out of the woods. This thing was at least 8 feet tall. I screamed out at this thing to stop. It moved towards us running. I told my son to shoot. He shot in its direction. Then it ran to my left, flanking, and continued to run toward us. We ran back toward the house. I was in terror because this thing was shaped like a man but covered in fur. I stopped and watched it walk into the light from the house. It was huge, and there was an odor that really stunk. It stayed in sight for maybe 5 minutes before walking back into the woods. The thing rapidly approached the father and son, stopped 15 feet short from where they were standing. Now, this isn't the first time that anything has that something strange has happened on their property. There have been several occurrences of what people call Bigfoot activity. Something had pounded on the walls of their home, threw rocks at their home, had been on their roof. Occasionally, things had thrown their lawnmower. The young daughter had claimed to see this creature outside of her window, but the father didn't believe her at the time. This was prior to having his own experience. Also, the witness may have seen this creature before, but attributed it to activity associated with nearby Fort Pickett, an Army National Guard maneuver training camp. One evening, he saw what he thought was a very large guardsman wearing a backpack and a ghillie suit. The second time was about a year later. He saw the creature again. He figured out that the figure had been walking fast until it turned into the woods and disappeared. What makes this account even more interesting is there were 2 reports coming out of Fort Pickett by soldiers who were training there. Both incidents occurred during the course of the same day, about 2 weeks prior to the witness's experience. Nino, you sexy MFer, how are you? Michael Middleton, how are you? Kathy Hayes, how are you? No, Enki. Nope, I didn't. IE Native, how are you? Chicken Man's in the house. I miss Chicken Man. What's up, Chicken Man? No Cat Bussin'. What's up? Thank you, Dina Rusu. Rebecca, how are you? Yeah, they got within 15 feet, but nothing else happened. So they lucked out. Ed, how are you? Ed Peak. Wilburn Bishop, how are you? Nino, it's Dale in disguise. Anastasia, how are you today? Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, 15 feet is way too close. You know, I thought whatever that was in the woods up by where Tom Mezek disappeared, that smashed through the tree, that was way too close for me. You know, what's up, Jimmy? How are you, Dean? Philo, how are you? You guys got to deal with Hat Head for a minute. Sorry. WCW is great. I loved old WCW. NWA, remember NWA back, or AWA? Quinn, how are you? With Chewbacca? I'm glad you're here, Wilburn. Thank you. No, he's still with us. He's still with us, CU. I like him a lot, actually. He's a good kid. Does anyone else have Dark Shadow series entirely? Dark Series is a great show. The old one. Mocha ice cream. Ooh. Yeah, Monty was up where Tom Mezek disappeared. And William, yes. I don't know if you caught the upload that I did, but yeah, there was a massacre in Texas along the Rio Grande, and three Border Patrol agents witnessed it. Two are dead. Thank you, Carolyn. Appreciate that. I'm sweating. Oh my God, I was supposed to get a PO box this week too. God dang it, I didn't. I'm sorry, guys. A lot of people just send me stuff via the mail to my house. Actually, Todd sent me a machete, a sick ass machete, which I got to show you guys. Sent Victor a nice knife too. I got to send that out to Victor. I say it all the time, Chicken Man. I say it all the time. That's definitely 100% true. Oh, I think he's sick, Kelly Stacy. You know that that experience that I just read reminded me of a encounter that a gentleman had in Idaho, and the guy ended up building a 15-foot stockade fence around his home. He used to hear. I remember talking to him, and I thought he meant something completely different. But he kept saying the owl man, the owl man. And I'm like, what do you mean the owl man? I'm like, do you have like something like the Mothman? Is it flying? And he's like, no, the Bigfoot in my area are still or are using like owl like language to communicate while they're hunting hog and deer. One night he had witnessed a Bigfoot and a Dogman in an altercation in his backyard, probably 30 feet out his window, his living room window. And then on, he went and put a stockade fence around his home with huge lights. Bison fences. Wow. One thing I find difficult to understand is why fossil evidence. You know, there may be fossil evidence. Think about this. Exactly, Tyler. Exactly. I don't know how to pronounce your Hardith CU. Okay, so fossil evidence. Why isn't there any fossil evidence? The same reason why that giant fossil evidence disappeared. Smithsonian, the government, very quick, and it disappeared. I do believe that there has been full-on Bigfoot fossils, probably mistaken for Cro-Magnon or Neanderthal. I don't know if I hate it, Robert Sharp. I hate what they do. Very murder mittens. Tigger has murder mittens. That's what I call them. Yes, they have been caught throwing into the ocean. You're absolutely correct. Let's hear it, Jeff. Steel Redneck. I'd like to hear that. Nicola, very, very good statement. Very good statement. Absolutely, Robert. That's what I was. Yeah, exactly. They're probably the ones that are being tossed in the ocean. The giants, the Dogman, the Bigfoot. Robert Sharp, William Menendez. Robert Sharp is Rascal's old owner. Yes. They did, yes, no cap. I read that somewhere. I think I read it in the New Yorker or something a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. Pearl Green, thank you so much. I appreciate that. God bless you. Thank you. That's it. That's it. Guys, Steel Redneck Jeff has an interesting theory on why we possibly may not find bones from Bigfoot. Maybe when a Bigfoot dies, they smash the bones and eat the marrow. I don't believe so, RH. Yeah, Robert. Yeah. They eat the marrow and the body, yeah. Yeah, there's a new strain of the Rona. That's amazing. That's a really good theory. Steel Redneck. Badass. Exactly, Caden. How many? Okay, here. Same scenario. Check this out. This is funny. So everyone knows that I'm in recovery and I've got 7 years sober. I'm on the Suboxone program. I'm not afraid to say it. You know, I'm a recovering addict. My urge has been lifted by the grace of God. So I don't think about it anymore, but I still am on the program. And I was talking to this new nurse that's kind of a bitch. So she was talking about my YouTube channel, right? And she said, well, how come nobody sees Bigfoot? How come nobody sees this Dogman? How come nobody sees what you're seeing? And I'm like, well, you know what? I'm like, here, you say you hike with your Porsche SUV. I'm like, you know, she made it a point to talk about her Porsche SUV. You're just meeting me. You know, you just rubbed me the wrong way right from the very beginning. I wanted to spit in my hand and slap her. I'm just teasing. I didn't hit a woman. But this woman was not a woman. She was super caring. So anyway, I said, lady, I said, how often do you go hiking and do you see a bear? I said, how often do you go hiking and you see a deer? You know? And she's just like, well, Rachel, congratulations, girl. But you know what I mean? Like, how often do we see some of, you know, we know bear are real. Do we find bear carcasses every day? No, we don't. We don't. Yeah, Nicola, I'd rather have my Subaru Forester than a Porsche any day. I don't give a shit what Porsches are. Well, check this out. Entitled Audi owner the other day. There's people in this $100,000 Audi. It was like a land yacht. It was bigger than the old fucking Cadillacs, man. They're taking up 2 lanes, right? 2 lanes. I pull behind them. I'm like, beep, beep. They don't move. They stop at the red light. They don't move. I'm like, beep, beep again. I pull up. They both, the lady and the dude, flip me the bird. I'm like, what? No, it was an SUV, no cap. I'm like, what the hell? The thing that pissed me off the worst was the woman's middle finger. And I don't know why. It was just this like gnarly, nasty little finger. And I'm like, you fucking. Belle's like, no, daddy. Oh, God. Exactly. They just wanted to be seen. Is there really a reason? You know, like if you've got that much money, I understand. You know, I mean, I wouldn't buy a freaking long ass Audi SUV when there's just the 2 of you. You know, like Jesus Christ. Sorry, Lord. Sorry if I offended anybody by saying that. I did not mean any offense on the Jesus Christ one. But the finger was gnarly too. It was all like, it literally looked like this gnarly, just twisted up fucking, ugh. Like she pegs her husband with it every night. She's like, bam, bam, bam. And he's taking it like a champ. Jim, I read the intro to Victor's book. I'm writing Victor's book. I read it earlier. Like a Crown Vic. The thing was bigger than a Crown Vic, to be honest with you. It probably fit a small village in it, you know? That guy has no prostate left after that woman's finger had been up there. That thing was nasty. It was a big old one. Pup 7, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. You're amazing. I love you. Thank you. Victor never went to Antarctica, RH. Arizona? Michael, no, definitely not a Trump lover. More or less a Biden lover, probably. Or a Nancy Pelosi lover. more or less. That's what that woman's finger looked like Nancy Pelosi's face. And y'all know how ugly that, or Kathy Hochul. Oh, Sandhoff, you got the privilege to go to Cadiz Cove? God, that's awesome. I would love to go there. Ref, how are you? James Kaufman's in the house. No, definitely they were. They were something. They were just terrible people, Michael. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't believe this woman's flipping me the bird. Chode face finger, exactly. No, this woman's finger was huge. It was not a chode. It was something other than. It was like 16 chodes stacked on each other. Stop hammer time. All right, here we go. Janice, thank you for spending time with us. Janice Moreau sent me an awesome package too this week. I forgot. She sent me some holy water. She sent me some blessed oils, and she sent me some blessed pink Himalayan sea salts in a beautiful little bag. Actually, I got it right here. Ow! I got it right here. Pretty close, Jeff. Pretty close. Oh, shit. Never mind. I'll pick it up later. All right, here we go. God bless you, Mark. God bless you, brother. I'll send you my address later tonight. 131 Monsters. See you. I've never had what caused you to turn back to. I've never had my back turned to Catholicism. I embraced my Native American culture. Hey, buddy. But to be honest with you, Dark Waters actually brought me back to accept Christ as my Savior. So if that helps answer your question. Mohawk, Miss Firehorse. Michael, I was just talking about him earlier. The doctor tried to kill him with some. You can rewatch it. But I'll show you. I'll tell you quick. Doctor prescribed a compound for him that was very dangerous to his health. He's still going to have surgery. But I have faith in what's good, so. I love Jesus too, Thank you, Michael. RH 100%. How about a black-eyed, instead of black-eyed kids, a black-eyed adult, black-eyed adult experience. You guys want to hear that? Love you too, baby. Love you too. All right, check this out. This one's crazy. So, I used to own an occult bookstore in Westminster, London, United Kingdom, about 15 years ago. The checkout counter faced the store entrance. It was around noon. There were a few customers checking out. My employee and I were helping customers when I noticed a man in a light sweater walk into the store. He looked normal, but was looking down in front of him. After he entered and walked a few steps toward the bookshelves, he lifted his head a bit, and I caught a glimpse of the side of his face. He then turned his head and looked directly at me, like he knew I was watching him. His eyes were black as night. I was shocked and just stared at him. I felt as if I was hit with a bolt of electricity. My knees weakened. My employee noticed my condition and literally grabbed me before I had fell to the floor. I told her I was okay, that my blood sugar may have dropped and I needed to get something to eat. I turned my back and walked to the small table behind the counter. But then I heard my employee say, "Excuse me, sir." I quickly turned to notice the black-eyed man standing behind the counter, nearly a few feet from me. He stared directly at me, not saying a word. I was so frightened and suddenly ran toward the stairs and up to my office, hoping he wouldn't follow. I heard my employee tell him that she would call the police if he didn't leave. I remained in my office for several minutes. My employee walked halfway up the stairs to check on me, and I asked, had he left? She said he was gone. I told her to close the store. It was a terrible experience, and I literally feared for my life. I haven't seen any other black-eyed people since. But I was so affected by that encounter, I decided to sell the business soon. I just can't explain why I did so, but I feel it was important not to be there any longer. A competitor. I think maybe whatever that person was attracted to the store being like an occult kind of store. Daniel Rodriguez, supposedly they do have some sort of powers. Love the content and all of it. Thank you, Damien. I appreciate that. I'm gonna be 47 in 3 weeks, actually. 47. Damn. September 16th is my birthday. Could be, AV. Caden, I wish I felt 23. I really do. Yeah, I'm a Virgo. E-Rev, I agree with you. You don't have to agree with everything. I don't agree with everyone's theories. Dark Waters is one of my best friends. I don't agree with all his theories, but I accept them, and I appreciate them. And I keep them in the back of my head for maybe that one time that I can put a connection with it, That's the way I look at it. Virgo. Yeah, Virgos are good people. I guess everybody's a good people. Thank you, MS. Appreciate that. I got a black-eyed kid story, though, to share with you. Maybe this black-eyed kid was the bastard child of that black-eyed guy child. Maybe the black-eyed kid story that I'm going to share with you now, maybe this boy was the bastard child of that black-eyed man's. Check this out. This incident involved my fiance in April of 2011, and to this day, she refuses to talk about it. But I decided to share this. We lived in Bangor, Maine. It was around 10:30. I was on the late shift at work. She was home alone with our cat in our apartment. She said she read while the cat slept on her lap. A moment later, the cat stood up and stared intently at the outside door. He then meowed and scampered into the bathroom. He had never acted like that before. She assumed that it was just another weird thing cats do. Just as she got comfortable again, the doorbell rang. She thought it was strange that someone would want to visit at this time of night. She got up and peeked through the hole, but saw nothing. She turned away from the door, and there were 3 loud knocks. She was immediately alarmed, but curious to look. She saw a boy at around 11 or 12, though short, standing there. She opened the door and asked what he wanted. She assumed that this child had either gotten locked out of another apartment or needed help. That's when he looked up at her and she noticed his eyes. The light from the apartment spilled out into the hallway, affirming his black eyes. She claimed she was paralyzed with shock as this child demanded entry. By that time, the cat had come out of the bathroom and lay on the floor behind her, ears folded back and hissing. She said she felt compelled to say yes, but as she stared at those coal black eyes, she suddenly slammed the door and locked the deadbolt. She claimed that she had listened to the child's footsteps in the hallway but heard nothing. After several terrifying minutes, she peeked out the door and the kid was gone or disappeared. She said she had never been that scared in her life. She thought the cat hissing interrupted her paralysis, allowing her to regain her thoughts and quickly close the door. She will not discuss it, though I am sure she wonders what may have happened if she let that black-eyed boy into the apartment. Anastasia, I agree. I agree. My grandpa said Merry Christmas any day he saw us. We always questioned it in confusion. So Merry Christmas, Jeff, and happy early birthday. Thank you, Mark Ramon. Thank you. God bless you, brother. Juno, how are you? Nightmare Hall, Dean. And no, nothing new from Nightmare Hall. I actually want to get a lot more experiences from Nightmare Hall. I'd love to find someone that knows a little bit more that can talk about it, you know. You guys want to see my new tattoo? Mark Ramon, thank you. No? No one wants to see my new tattoo? Yeah? All right. You like it? That is nice, right? I love it. You want? Someone asked what Nightmare Hall was. I'll tell you in 1 second. I got to share something funny with you guys. So, I had when I was married, and I had my ex-wife sign a piece of paper, just her name, right? And I had it tattooed. So I have my daughter's names right here, and I had her name tattooed in red, right? And couldn't have gone with a bumper sticker instead. No. And so I had my wife. So that was the tattoo with my wife's name, and I just said, just put a damn line through it instead of putting a cover up on it. I did, no cap. Look at that shit. I just put the line right through it. What is it, Jeff? I just said my ex-wife's name was there, so I just put a line through the damn thing. Well, I mean, Dean, when I got this on my neck, so I guess I am scarred for life. That's cool, Nino. Or Joe. Wrathchild. Well, my daughter, she goes, Dad, just put an X on it. And I'm like, you know what? I go, just put the line. I go, just put the line through the damn thing. The tattoo artist started laughing his balls off. He goes, that is so funny. He goes, no cover up for you. No, it's just the line right here. But no, that's I love this thing, man. I like the shading. He did such a good job shading. Good night, Robert Sharp. Have a good night. Blessings, brother. Tyler. Oh, shit. That'd be cool, Rafe. Yeah, really good artwork. I love Greg Allman. I met his son, Elijah. He actually introduced me to the Urentia Foundation. Best hide and seek champion in the world. You're right, Joe. You're right. E-Rev, your birthday just passed. Happy late birthday. Happy month late. Jim, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. That all depends, to be honest with you. No cap, I'd honestly say I'd bet you Sasquatch is a better hide and seeker than Bigfoot or than Dogman. How is the photo cams? They are trail cams. I don't have my Subaru Forester back yet. I'm getting it back on Monday, and I'll be able to get into that fire road. So I'm going to put it up this week. I will make a video when I do. William Mendez, probably, maybe. Bigfoot running around the woods. Where do I live in upstate New York? High Strangeness asked. The Lake George region, right in the foothills of the Adirondacks, my friend. Well, Gravity, I'm glad that we share that sacred time. Herman, have a good night. That's cool, Michael. That's cool. Remember what Johnny Depp had Winona Ryder forever on his tattooed on his arm, right? And he put Wino forever. Guaku. Ooh, that's sick, Quinn. That's sick. I got to figure out a couple other ones. Cool. Yeah, remember that show? Absolutely, Miss Firehorse. People always point and laugh and think it's cool. People seem to love Bigfoot. Yeah, Anastasia, I don't understand that. Thanks, George. Yeah, absolutely no cap. I'm hot, so I took my hat off. That's why, George. You should have seen it like a year ago. My hair was super long. Tennessee Back Road 77. I haven't been up there. I only had that one run in with the Rangers while I was up in Lily Pond, but I have not been up there in almost a month since my Forester shit the bed. So I'm waiting for my new Forester to come Monday. Per Subaru. Awesome company. Sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to scare you. Jeff, always positive, accepting, and open. Says a lot, honestly. He ain't an enemy. I'm no one's enemy, brother. If I call it how I see it, to be honest with you. I think there's something to capture a cryptid on camera and having its essence following you. Could be, Philo. Absolutely. Truth Quest. It was a 2020 Subaru. Larry, how are you? Glad you're here too, brother. I missed you. It was a 2020 Forester Sport, and the computers went. And they don't know why, so they're giving me a new one. Actually, Subaru is. Jeff, finish what you were Anyo. Monty, I don't know what you mean, brother. William, when I had my Dogman experience, I didn't smell anything, but from people tell me they stink, so I'm not really sure. Erev, me too. The Heathers movie, she was smoking hot. The area that messing went missing. Oh, about how crazy it is? You went there. All right. Luis Vega, we've been doing a lot of talk about your Dogman experience. Okay. So, I mean, everybody knows my Dogman experience. Nothing new with the boomsticks, Quinn. Nothing new. So, conjunctivitis in both eyes. Damn. Salty Rant. Last time I knew, he was sick. Nothing new from him yet, to be honest with you. Up towards Canada, I heard. Colleen Rainbow Black. Okay, Miss Firehouse. God damn it. Miss Firehorse has not heard my Dogman encounter. So I'm going to share it really quick, and then we'll move on to another couple encounters. So Miss Firehorse. It was 1994, and they were building new. A lot of people were moving up from New York City or the Catskill area up to where I live. And they were building a lot of like little small developments, cul-de-sacs. There was 5 of us, my friend Gabe, my friend Martin, who was Czechoslovakian, my girlfriend at the time, and Martin's girlfriend. And Martin's girlfriend lived in the cul-de-sac right down from where we were. And Justin, welcome to the channel, brother. Thank you, Tyler. And so we were chilling out. We weren't smoking weed. We weren't drinking. We weren't doing anything, right? And yes, after I tell my story, I'm gonna stop looking at the comments for a second and finish the experience. So 94 cul-de-sacs freshly being built. My buddy's girlfriend lived in the cul-de-sac just south of the one we were in. And that one had been up for about a year. So we're in the next one. And as you pull in from Route 9, it kind of loops around and connects back to Route 9. And it's not very big. It's got now it has about 20 houses in total. At the time, there were about 6. And there was an orangish kind of light in the middle of the cul-de-sac in that U. So at the bottom of the U. When they came through to create the road, they just pushed all the trees and shit into the woods. So the wood line was really thick. A lot of debris back there. So the houses were at a different stage of being built, just to set the scene. We're in this old, like, 1980 something gutless cutlass. It's a fucking land yacht. And listening to Biohazard, just hanging out. I was trying to get lucky. All of a sudden, we hear this shriek, and we kind of look to where the shriek is coming from. We don't see anything at first, and then another shriek, but it's closer. The girls scream vampire. I don't know why. And they run into the car. So I'm standing outside the car. Mind you, this is a key important part. My buddy Gabe is in his car and had been sitting in his car. He was playing with the radio at the time. So I'm like, what the hell? I see eye shine ranging from 3 feet to about 7, 8 feet. And I'm watching them, and my buddy Martin's watching them with me. The girls are screaming in the back of the car. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I wasn't being brave. I wasn't being anything. Like, I was like, what is going on? I was curious. I remember standing in front of the passenger headlight, like looking into the woods and wondering what these things are and how they're moving through the woods so quickly. So Martin, Jiff, get in the car, bitch. So I get in the car, and the car that we were in had a bench seat. So he's riding bitch. I'm by the window. Gabe's driving, and he pulls out. We pull out, and as we pull out, there's one of these creatures standing at the end of the wood line on the main drag on Route 9, staring at us. Now, directly across the street from us is a sand pit where people pay to get sand and stuff. What we saw that night was unworldly. It didn't look like it belonged on this earth. A lot of people, when I talk about it, say Anubis. It didn't have a big muzzle. It had a shorter muzzle, but not like werewolf, like close to the face. It was easily 7 feet tall. The legs were so oddly shaped. That was the strangest thing that set me. I was like, and it just stood there and watched us. We all saw it. And Gabe pulled out, and we went north towards home, which north would be deeper into the Adirondacks. So we then, Martin and I get dropped off to his house. The girls, we drop the girls off, then Martin and I get dropped off, and Gabe takes off. So Martin and me go back the next day, and we're looking around, right? We drive in his dad's truck. Now, mind you, Gabe was driving because we were all 17. You know, he was the only one that was 18 at the time. And in New York, you can't drive past 9 if you're under 18. So I'm looking for prints. I'm looking for anything. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm, trying to find prints. The foreman of the people that are building the houses comes running at us like, hey, what the f- you doing here? Get out of here. Quick, come to mind. I'm like, bro, we're just looking for my buddy's dog. His dog ran away. So we're looking and looking, and he's like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Because last night when we were closing up everything, we heard these dogs in the back, or what sounded like dogs, fighting. And I looked at my buddy and he looked at me. We didn't see any prints in the sand, but we didn't go further back into the woods. So we leave. Years later, our friend Gabe, stopped talking to us completely, just left us completely. And I was like, what happened to Gabe? Yada, yada. So years later, I run into him and I'm like, hey, what's up, brother? Haven't seen you in forever, yada, yada. I'm like, I started a YouTube channel. I'm talking about, Dogman, Bigfoot, shit that we kind of saw that night. And I'm like, what happened to you that night? And he says, Jeff, he said, I was sitting in the car and I was messing around with the radio. He said, I looked out to the side and I saw 2 large quadruped creatures run across the road and get into the woods behind us. He said, then we heard that noise and that's when we left. And I was like, dude, that's the most craziest thing I've ever heard, because those things were trying to ambush us. And that's my experience. All right, let's check, see what I missed here. Hey, Rita, how are you? Jeff, I must ask, are you a preppy? A big LOL? I don't know what that means, George. I'm definitely not a preppy. Thanks, Ice Age. Hey, Giant Slayer, how are you? Oh, a prepper. Okay. I do. I'm not a prepper, so to say, like I hoard food yet. I hoard medicine. I have a lot of firearms, and a lot of ammunition. But I hoard medicine for some reason. Like if I get a script for antibiotics, I've got a shit ton of antibiotics. I need to start prepping though a little bit. I want to start buying like MREs and burying them in caches. So yeah, I guess I could be. I hoard ideas. Susie Smith, welcome. We all need to start prepping. You're absolutely right. Like it's just a good idea. And George, yes, great idea. Legna97, if you email me, I can give you my address if you want to send anything to me. Just email me. I don't have a PO box yet. I was supposed to get this one this week, but I had a real bad week this week. So Rice and beef stock, ammo, water, absolutely. Medical supplies are like the. I have I have a terminal illness, and I have at least 6 months of medication to get me through. If anything ever happened, I have enough medication to put me 6 months in. I have gold and silver too, no cap busting. I actually have more silver than gold, and I buy I'll buy like a silver necklace, or I got like a silver bracelet. That's all silver, 100%. So if anything happens, I'll have something to trade. Um, Firearms. I think it's smart to always get a rifle or a pistol that if you have to go into someone's house, that chances are they will have that round. So 9 millimeter, 5.56, 223, 308 shotguns, 22. 22 is a very underestimated round. Not saying you're going to kill a dogman with a 22 or a 410, but if you need to hunt and you don't want to make any kind of noise, shoot that son of a bitch with a 22 and you're good to go. But yeah, it's smart. Silver's going to go up. And I have Brad told me to invest in silver. So I can veggies and meat. That's super smart idea. Ammo, best for trade. But Caden, why would you want to trade your ammo, brother? Rafe Beaver, the coolest gun I ever had was a New England Firearms Survivor rifle. And if anyone's my age or a little older, you'll remember that firearm. It was a single shot break, 410 with a you could shoot 45 out of that bastard, and it was sick. Oh God. Rafe, you remember that? That was a great rifle. Philo, I don't believe that silver has any bearing on a dogman. I've actually heard that's like a myth, maybe. I don't know where you heard it from, but if you heard it on like Donovan Dredd's channel, chances are that's a creepypasta. Bart, what did you write? I don't think Jeff gave a crap. What do you mean, Bart? Absolutely no cap. Very smart. Crossbow. I got a blowgun. I'm deadly accurate with that motherfucker. Bart, what did you mean, though? I don't think Jeff gave a crap. Okay, if I missed it, I was reading and talking, and I said I wasn't going to pay attention to comments while I was sharing my experience, so I probably didn't see it. I don't know if you can. I know you can trank a dog, man. I've heard Victor talk about it. Rebecca, have a good night. Never heard of a Palestinian slingshot. I have a big bore blowgun, unbelievably accurate. That's sick. I gotta get me one of those. What's this Palestinian slingshot? We need dogman sighting in Arizona. You have dogman sightings in Arizona, a lot of them. Jay Dizzle, I've got a folder full of dogman encounters in Arizona. Luis Vega, if you can't drink water. John, happy birthday. Larry Lindman, holy shit. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Larry is a vascular nurse, super smart guy. I was talking about my dad um, earlier in the stream. I think you missed it. My dad's vascular doctor prescribed him a compound that was supposed to put on 8 times a day, right? And the pharmacist caught it and said that he shouldn't take it because of his kidney transplant, but the compound had ketamine in it. And they said that it would, um, the pharmacist that was going to, make the compound, the apothecary or whatever, said that it'd be over 100 milligrams of ketamine going into his system. Someone asked about vampires. I didn't see it. Don't forget the fact that you can't get it back. Yeah, that one guy, maybe, but I'm not going to trade a gun for anything. I'll shoot somebody before I trade. They could be interdimensional. Suji, I have Bart Bullock. What did I miss? Please tell me. Randall, they use ketamine as a medicinal thing too. My daughter had surgery on her foot and she was put out by ketamine. No cat busting. Absolutely, it does. Holy shit. All right, here's a good one. Daniel, you didn't miss much, brother. We're just talking. I have a compound crossbow with hunting arrows. I think crossbows are something definitely good to have if the world goes to shit. I cannot tell you what I saw that day, but I will describe it. I live in Washington for a couple of years, and I was curious about Sasquatch. I've had a couple of experiences, but this was different. I was on a walk with my dog one afternoon, the summer of 2018, and I turned to see something watching us from behind an embankment. It looked like a tree stump. I stopped and stared at this thing for 30 seconds. It had owl face features, but it was huge. The head of it was sticking up from behind an embankment, and it was the size of an old growth tree stump. I was close to this thing, maybe 20 feet away. I could see its eyes were closed but squinting to observe me. It almost seemed sloth-like. It had designs that were a cross between bark lines and owl patterns. I felt no fear at all. I was staring at it and said, "What the hell is that?" My dog didn't notice it. After a bit, I looked down and stepped forward without feeling threatened. When I looked back up, it was gone. I stood there for a minute, then got spooked and went home. I walked back to that spot and stood there every day looking for whatever it may have been I saw that day. I walked behind that embankment one time to size it up. About 6 feet, so whatever I saw was 7.5 to 8 feet. There are lots of super eerie calls in the area, a lot of Sasquatch. I believe there are other undocumented creatures as well. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about undocumented creatures? Like creatures that we don't talk about, like crawler or, not Bigfoot, not Dogman, not crawler. Do you think there are other creatures out there that we don't have any kind of name for? Absolutely. I believe there are stuff that come out of portals that we have no idea what they are, you know? That one guy, rakes are creepypasta. Yeah, I say that all the time. I call them crawlers on this channel, and people have seen them in reality. Actually, the word rake was written by a friend of mine named Tobias Wade. He's a creepypasta author, and he coined that phrase about 11 years ago. But I don't know how long you've been with the channel, that one guy, but I think you've been with me for a while. Any news on killer black goo? No news is good news. No, I don't. One reason I started watching Jeff is because I seen a Bigfoot myself. Bart, thank you for watching. But Bart, what did you say I missed? The descent, yeah. I really think that the descent, I've said this 100 times. I think that all those movies are almost like a soft disclosure. We know that Hollywood and the media work for the government. The media doesn't work for us at all. You know, Megalodon is absolutely still alive. There are some very crazy fucking animals in the bottom of the ocean. Terry Pete, I was at a Marilyn Manson concert, Marilyn Manson and Nine Inch Nails, and they were throwing video cassettes out. This is in like 92. I was like 16. And it was the fake snuff film that Trent Reznor produced. Yeah, Bart, absolutely. Oh, he knew a guy behind Pantera's Walk? No shit. Cabin in the Woods was really freaky. I couldn't really get into it that much. But it is creepy. Ever seen that footage of the guy killed by was believed to be feral people? I know. No cap, I've never seen that. Can you email me that, please? Tyler, you're spreading the bad juju? Shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. Philo, I won't this week. I have the vid, brother. I didn't feel good all week, bro. I'm still burning up right now. I believe the Plesiosaurus. Well, I live 20 minutes from Lake Champlain, and we have Champ, which I believe is a Plesiosaurus. Legna 97. I'm going to put my email in the comment right now for you. Let me know if you got it, okay? It's going to be in the comment section. It's right under Philo Van Doe. Now, I've been drinking a lot of tea and a lot of water and Diet Coke, to be honest, Philo. Never caught that one. Never caught the Pantera out of Moscow. Your cousin went to school with Brian Warner? No shit. I heard that somewhere, Anastasia. I did. I heard that. Damn Yankees, Ted Nugent's band. Mineral salt water. I've heard of that. I've heard of that. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. What, Michael? I don't know what. William Mendez, does Dogman like Megadeth? I think they like Metallica better, but Dave Mustaine is a bad mother effer. Legna, okay, good stuff. Maybe start looking for a soup guru. Soup guru. Soup guru. Tonic water. I used to drink a lot of tonic water. I think Dogman actually probably likes Dio the best. CU, I've actually done a few Were Hyena experiences. I've got a couple of guys or a couple of subscribers from Africa. Leatherwolf. Holy shit. Slipknot's a good band. Yeah. Slipknot's a very good band. Cat Gets PA is very, very crazy state. I haven't heard Edema in a while. Wow, yeah. CU, if you they're titled like African experiences and stuff like that. I can't remember the title, to be honest. Deftones besides Faith No More and Mr. Bungle, Deftones is by far one of the greatest bands in the world. Chino's new band, Crosses, well, it's not really new, but Crosses is awesome band with Shane. Palms, I love Deftones. Tool, one of the greatest songs is with Maynard and Chino on freaking White Pony. White Pony, greatest album ever. Yup. Cat Gets, if you like the Deftones, check out Crosses. Awesome band. Chino, as you may know, loves 80s music, and they are just fucking great. Johnny Vegas, yes. Dogmen are right there, close to there. Yeah, absolutely. That's right in my neck of the woods. Kat, you know Crosses? You like Crosses? That's awesome. Good. Nino, my daughter Abigail is a huge Metallica fan. Kelly Stacy, thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful night. Be safe. Have a beautiful Sunday. Are werewolves dangerous? William, yes. Duality. Yeah. Tom Sawyer. Has anyone ever heard of Deadsy? They do an amazing cover of Tom Sawyer. I will. I will do your live. I'll do your experience next live stream, Jeff. Thank you, William. World record. Really, I've got to check that concert out. There's got to be a video somewhere. I got to look at that Moscow video. Over 350,000 people. Holy crap. Daniel. The Black Album is underrated. It is I think the Black Album, Metallica's Black Album, is by far not their best, but their last good album ever. Def Leppard, greatest one-armed drummer ever, Def Leppard. I'd love to do like a New Year's rocking with the New Year's on here. You guys ever hear of a band called Horror? It's spelled HO6606. DJ Jeffy J. Horror is great. They're a fucking crazy band. Chris Chung, the Ramones are awesome. There's already Metallica albums out right now. They have Garage Days revised on vinyl with new songs. I haven't heard Dark Throne in a while. Tommy Chapman, Key to Gramercy Park, Deadsy, great song. Great song. I've been waiting for a new Deadsy album forever, man. Never heard of Dead Horse. Not a big fan of Everclear. Not a big fan. They were too mainstream for me. Beat on the brat with a baseball bat. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Didn't mind Saxon. They're good. Guar, the Antarctic tour was fucking crazy when they're fucking jacking the big dick and it's fucking spraying everywhere. I haven't seen the Guar documentary. Do they have the freaking Antarctica out the thing where that was so gross, dude. They're fucking spraying the fake spew. You're like, no. Did you really shadow ban my main account from typing on your channel? I didn't shadow ban anybody. I don't know who you are, Sarti. I got to check that out, Anastasia. I don't block people on the channel. The only time I block somebody is if they're being nasty to other subscribers. That's it. I'll have to check it out, Anastasia. Definitely will. What was your name? Your original thing that you used? Sat or Sarti? Hollywood Undead's decent. I like Hollywood Dead. Bring Me the Horizon. Ollie's got an amazing voice. Bring Me the Horizon. Ooh, that Ollie guy can sing. Yeah, Chino did a song with Soulfly. I think the song was called Soulfly, or they sang Soulfly in it. They did. Chino did. That's where the name Soulfly comes from a Sepultura song, which then has Max in it. Same as this, but with two E's. No, I didn't, brother. Or sister or brother. I did not ban you. The only time I ever ban anybody, I've banned maybe 3 or 4 people, and it was one person attacked Jane. Another person was getting really sexually explicit in the comment section. It just shit like that. What did I say right, E-Rev? Steve Vai, an amazing guitar player. Oh, yeah, Sepultura. Absolutely right. Fucking Max and Igor. I did ban Lizzo. That bitch was going to eat people and sit on them with her stinky butt crack. Thank you, Kat. Enki, no, I have not been to the LBL. Yeah, Crosses is one of my favorite bands right now. They're coming out with a new album in September. What's up, Corey? Glad you're here with us. Farmers of Death. Dude, Farmers of Death. That would be an amazing band name. Farmers of Death. Oh, fuck. That'd be sick. You saw Crosses in Seattle? Oh, man. I am jealous, Miss Firehorse. They're supposed to be playing in Brooklyn. LBL is not far from you. Truth Quest. I live in upstate New York. LBL is real far. That's like Kentucky, Tennessee. Palms is coming out with Palms did an album 14 years ago or 15 years ago, and they're doing a reintroduction to it. So yeah, I know Palms. Wait, new Godzilla movie. Green Jello is great. Actually, one of the subscribers on here is cousins with or uncle is from Green Jello. George Jones, no shit. Farmers of Death. Farmers of Death, dude. That'd be such a great band name, dude. Farmers of Death. Fuck yeah, that'd be awesome. Rigor Mortis Ranchers. Oh shit. Dude, Farmers of Death. Yeah, polka. Doing like metal polka. Oh my god. Having the fucking, what is that called? That thing? Oh shit. What is that thing called? What's up, cowboy? Motel Hell, Farmers of Death. Yeah, having an accordion just fucking mashing away on it. Oh, dude. Hell yeah. Black Sabbath is an amazing band. Honestly, I think if you don't like Black Sabbath, you're not human. The old squeeze box. Corrosion of Conformity is good, yes. Clint, not really. No, but thank you for asking, brother. I suggested my friend call his band Jerk Off and Cry. He didn't go for it. Oh my God, he's in the corner crying. He's like, no. Craig, last time I talked to him was about a week ago. He was supposed to come on, actually, and he never did. I hope he's okay, to be honest with you. How about those campers? What campers, Jamie? LBL doesn't sound right. But, like the LBL is, I think it's overplayed. You know what I mean? I think to me, Snot was a great band, Johnny Vegas. Lynn Straight was fucking awesome. Thank you, Legna97. I appreciate that. I wish you were around so you could cut my hair. Lynn Straight, the Snot album, or the Snot, the album, the Memorial album for Lynn Straight was the greatest. Ral, I agree with you. The LBL is not the worst place. I totally agree. Caden, I think it might be you in my window. And you better not be doing anything dirty behind my back, like jerking off and crying. Thanks, RH. I appreciate it. Sowers of sorrow, death, harvest, rows of body of corn and corpses. Butthole Surfers, absolutely. I've heard of the Butthole Surfers. Creator, wow, I haven't heard that band in a wicked long time. Great band, though. Crazy Backyard Chicken, man. Absolutely. Cliff Burton and Mustang was awesome. Like, you're right. You are right 100%. Grandpa, not grandma. Seven Dust was good. I think their first album was the best. So since you're citing Jeff, are you eagerly wanting to experience again, or you have apprehensions about seeing it again? Anastasia, no, I actually went back to where I had my encounter 2 summers ago, and I don't have any I don't have a want to see it again, but if I do, I don't know. I know that what I caught on the trail at Tom Mesick, whatever that was and whatever destroyed that tree, freaked me out a lot. I think I was more freaked out there than I was in my original encounter, and I don't know what that was. Oh. Sorry, Jeff. Family history. My great grandpa was Frank James Barber. I don't know Frank James Barber. Thanks, Sonia. I appreciate it. Now it's just kind of veg out time for a little bit. Ed Gein's Farmers of Death. Faith No More is one of my favorite bands. I said between the Deftones and Faith No More, Mike Patton and Chino Moreno is two of the greatest singers ever. They actually did something together. Palms, Chino's band, is under IPIC, which is Mike Patton's recording label. Mr. Bungle is, I mean, Mike Patton can do no wrong as a vocalist anyway. But I've never heard of Fastway though. Yeah, what's his name? Jim Martin. Jim Martin from Faith No More was good friends with Cliff. Dogman rocks out with his cock out. William Mendez. You know that shit. He is rocking out with that freaking pink thing hanging out. His red rocket. Yes, I was talking about Guar earlier. Yeah, Chicken Man. Anastasia, to be honest with you, I look more forward to having another paranormal experience like what I did at the Conjuring house. Um More so than having another Dogman encounter. Because I already had a Dogman encounter, but I just want to see more paranormal, if you know what I mean. Dogman's Red Rocket. Are Dogmen bulletproof? William, it's not their skin that's thick. They do have thin or thick skin, but their chest plate is also thicker than ours. Um, Not a 458. Well, yeah, a 458, but not the SOCOM. Never bought a haunted doll. Never bought a haunted doll. I'd like to though. I'm not really scared like that, you know, like Miguel, nothing is stronger than a 50 cal, brother. Robert, I'd love to see a shadow. Actually, I would love to see a shadow man, to be honest with you. Moose McGrew, what's up? You have a haunted doll? Joe, take a picture of it and send it to me, please. I'd love to see that. All right, guys. We've been going on for 2 hours and 15 minutes. My head is killing me, and I'm just really too hot right now. I'm gonna have to end the upload or end the live tonight. Ugh. Um, I had a blast tonight. Thank you for making tonight worth it. So, I actually contemplated not doing a live stream tonight because I didn't feel good. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. You guys are really. I got the AC on. I do. I got actually a fan blowing the cold air in here. Guys, thank you for making my night so enjoyable. Um, God, you guys are awesome. I cannot say enough at how much I appreciate y'all. All right. I just wanted to read some more comments quick, but thank you. I can't wait till next Saturday. I'm gonna push on and feel better, hopefully. Damon Bloodstone, have a good night. Thank you for joining us, brother. I don't know what guy you're talking about in pictures. I've shared pictures. I don't know. Thanks, Jimmy. I do gotta go though. My eyes are burning and I gotta put a washcloth on my eyes right now. So love y'all. Be safe. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for making my Saturday night fucking awesome. You guys are awesome. So, God, man, thank you. Have a good night.